Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm here to give you my thoughts on Luton losing 2-0 away from home against Nottingham Forest in the third round of the FA Cup. This was my first visit to Nottingham Forest's stadium. I've completed both Notts County and Nottingham Forest now, and I've been to Nottingham a couple of times, but I've never seen Luton score. I just picked the wrong ones, I have to admit. Don't know why, but I never see us score in Nottingham. But I have to admit, going to Nottingham Forest ground today, it was nice to go to a Premier League stadium and not see thousands and thousands of overseas tourism. Although, look, it's great, it helps promote the game, it gives us financial, support, but I felt like I was going to a proper, stadium today. I was actually having a match day experience. I've been to other Premier League stadiums in the past, and it just doesn't feel like I'm going to a match day. And I feel like the big six Premier League sides, they've kind of lost that, identity of their fan base. And I feel like Nottingham Forest definitely still have that. And I feel like the Nottingham Forest owner needs to be very careful, because I know there's been like a few stuff over the past about raising ticket prices, making it really difficult for the hardcore Nottingham Forest fan to go to games. He needs to be careful, because you don't want to ruin that. I felt like I was going to a game of football today, and you need to keep that element of it. I like the banter between of course the Luton fans and the Nottingham Forest fans today off the pitch. It was entertaining. In terms of what happened on the pitch, especially for Luton, I didn't enjoy it, I have to admit. There were elements of our play that were good, but unfortunately there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Whoever comes in for Luton in terms of new manager, he's going to have to do a lot of work, because going forward it's not quite working. And then even defensively at times, I was still uncomfortable with the lack of communication. I think our lack of communication in defence, it just creates mistakes, and it gives teams opportunities. Like, you look at the Nottingham Forest first goal, for example, no one's tracking each other. There's no one talking, saying, right, I've got this man, you get that man. And then Ward-Prowse's set pieces, which were on point today. And we all know, like, if anyone who's been watching Premier League football, you would have seen James Ward-Prowse do it for Southampton all the time. He whips in a fantastic delivery into the box, and I feel like Nottingham Forest's game plan today was to definitely target Kaminsky, because he doesn't command his box, he doesn't communicate, and there was a few opportunities, especially in the first half, where it could have easily have gone into the back of the net just due to the lack of communication. And I feel like, for me personally, as a fan watching it, I just feel like communication is a basic thing you should be able to do. And from a goalkeeper, I expect it more. But he just doesn't command his box, and he is starting to frustrate me. Yes, fantastic shot stopper, never going to deny that. But the other elements of his game, it does frustrate me, I have to admit. But in terms of the starting 11 which we did put out today, we proper went for it. Of course, Nottingham Forest, they were going to rotate. They've got Liverpool coming up, so they're going to rest their big players for that. I understand that. The Premier League at this moment in time is definitely more of a priority, because they've put themselves in a fantastic position that they can get European football. And if you look at the way they played today, you understand why they're in the current situation in the Premier League. The movement off the ball, the movement with the ball, the pressing, the leadership at the back, winning a lot of battles, keeping hold of the ball, stealing the ball back. Everything about their play today, you understood why they were where they are in the Premier League. They also shot from outside the box when the opportunity came about, which is something which we rarely do. We actually did it on one occasion in the first half. It was Walsh. He picked out a lovely shot. Easy save for the goalkeeper. It was a routine save, but at least we're shooting from outside the box, which is something we are lacking. And what we are lacking is a massive creative player in that midfield. And when you look back from last season and you look at the likes of what Ross Barkley was doing, he just basically carried this club. He really did. The way this team operated under Ross Barkley is just different. Of course we're not going to replace Ross Barkley. Of course we're not going to get anywhere near a player like Ross Barkley. And this is where I was kind of like echoing or communicating about Shannon Baptiste being that one. But with him constantly getting injured, you are lacking that any real creativity in the middle, someone who can pick out a pass. And with the way Luton was attacking today, it was predictable at times, but when we did move the ball quickly, we could cause a few problems. But when we were doing it, the movement was slightly off, the pass was overhit or underhit. Sometimes the ball just didn't end up, some players weren't on the same like page as each other. There was a lot of that. There was a lot of just not clicking in certain passages of movement, and that is something which the new manager is going to have to try and figure out what is best. Cause there was times where Morris was up top on his own and he just didn't really have anyone to support him. He was just isolated. So there's definitely got to be a real clear understanding going forward on how we're going to try and score goals. This is what we have to do when we're in this moment or that moment, because apart from set pieces, I do find it really difficult to see how we're going to score our goals. We just really are a predictable side. But we did have the odd couple of chances, but the best chance of the game did come in the second half, where Morris won a header basically 10 yards away from goal, and it was a great save from the Forest goalkeeper. I thought the best player on the pitch today was Ryan Yates, who also got the goal. I think he also hit the bar, if I remember rightly, but I just thought his overall performance was brilliant. I did like Isaiah Jones today, just that real pace, and the fact that he also held back defensively just to support Walters, I thought was great to see. There was a few moments as well, he did beat his man and created a few opportunities, especially in the first half. I think he cut inside, he got into the box. I couldn't quite see from where I was standing in the stadium, but it looked like he managed to get a shot away. Maybe he could have done a little bit better there, but there were definitely good elements of his game, and it's nice to see and a player with a bit of pace. It's refreshing. In fact, yes, we allowed Ogbeni to leave in the summer. We kind of didn't really replace him with someone with pace. We brought Victor Moses in, but again, we've not seen that. He's not got that pace like Ogbeni has. And what I found quite really weird today was that we play a 4-3-3 formation, but we didn't have more attacking players on the bench, like more wingers on the bench, like the likes of Chong and also Victor Moses, which I found odd. We did bring Brown on, but then again, I didn't notice Brown on the pitch. I thought Zach Nelson, before getting injured, I thought he was doing alright. But look, rather than me standing here repeating myself, it was good elements, but it was better than I've seen from previous away performances. But ultimately, we got beat by the better side. I didn't think Nottingham Forest went into second gear. And yeah, I think in the second half, that was the best opportunity for us to score. They kind of took their foot off the gas because they felt like the game was pretty much won. That's very dangerous to do that at 1-0 up. And then you saw them make those replacements towards the end. They brought on their big guns on just to make sure that they definitely do win the match. But overall, it was a respectable scoreline. It could have been worse, because I did think at times, every time Nottingham Forest got the ball and they went to attack, I thought it was going to be a goal. But it didn't happen. It was respectable. There were some good elements, but ultimately, we got beat by the better side. But work definitely needs to be done with this team, and we need to get a manager in quick, because yeah, scoring goals, that's how you win games of football. And if you don't win games of football, you get relegated. It gets worse. So yeah, we definitely need to improve that. It does make it 11 away games in a row, which we have now lost. We need to stop this run away from home. We need to find a way. Of course, I didn't expect to do that against Nottingham Forest, but in our next away game against Oxford, we need to get something. We're going to have to get something. But look, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video, where I go into a little bit deeper about this game and give you 5 things which we've learned from it. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.